we
smells.
recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
I need the people to see this. Just me and Tony tonight.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Chasing your liquor with more alcohol.
It's $2 podcast. $2 podcast. $2. Beep.
Damn, that's how you rate us, huh?
$2 hot dog. Episode 7. We watched Scream 6. We just got out of the theater.
We have a special guest today.
We have a special guest, Julie. I don't know your last name.
You don't
Julie.
need to.
Okay.
You don't need to.
Oh shit,
Hi.
my mic isn't plugged in.
Oh,
All right, we're off to a great start.
great start.
This one I was moving it. All right.
Maybe they can hear you now.
Take 2.
Beep.
$2 hot dog.
$2 podcast.
Episode 7. We just watched Scream 6. We just got out of the theater, and now we're going to talk about it. Julie, special guest Julie. We don't. She doesn't know the layout of the format. This is
It's okay.
annoying.
Neither does Tommy Boy, so that's fine. And she's
Oh, that's
filling
true.
She's filling in for him.
So basically, what we do is we do.
Tom, we don't know what happened to Tom. We haven't heard from him.
Who's Tom?
Who's Tom?
Yeah, my point exactly.
We've only ever had 3 people on the podcast.
Yeah, and a guest seat
Ah.
that's been empty.
And now we have our first official guest. So we usually start with the first guest seat, Julie, but
Yeah, we do.
no, we actually
Yeah, we
do.
usually do.
Yeah.
We usually go around.
I think one time we
Well-
went counterclockwise. So I think
We can do it however. It doesn't matter.
we need to break her in.
Okay.
So
Okay,
usually
we'll go opposite way
Usually we won't make you do the synopsis tonight, but usually how we start is we tell the people whether or not you would prefer to see this movie in theaters. Would you recommend to see it in theaters, or would you wait till streaming, and why?
or skip it completely.
Yeah.
But I know she's not going to say that. But also, you can talk about anything else you want, just no spoilers yet.
Okay. Well, the synopsis comes after this.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
And
the
technically,
synopsis
synopsis
will be after.
because
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
taking
right.
that.
Whoever. I think it would be interesting for Jesus to do it because
Yeah.
me and Julie are the only ones here that have seen all of the Scream movies.
I know this is a segregated table.
Tony and
I
Jesus-
would
Tony
say
and
this is
Jesus-
somewhat accurate.
This is Jesus' first Scream movie.
It
So
is.
I'm interested. I'm actually interested to hear his take on this because he's not really a big horror movie guy, and he hasn't seen the first 5. So
You want to start us off, Tony?
Oh, I thought Julie was going to start.
yeah,
no?
Julie, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, Julie's gonna start us off.
What do you think about the
Yeah.
movie?
Get right into it.
I would watch it again in theaters
Okay.
before I would wait for streaming. I think it's great, and I'm a huge Jenny fan, so that's a win-win.
So you think people should go to
Yeah.
theaters to
Wait.
see the movie?
I mean,
Is her mic on?
No.
Oh, your guys' mics are on.
Yeah, mine is.
Okay,
Oh, there you go.
sorry.
Tell them
All right.
again.
Hello.
Okay, sorry, Julie. They probably could hear you.
Yeah, it's like
slightly,
a
but-
little, that little gnat sound before you smack it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, this podcast is...
I would definitely go watch it in the movies before letting it be streamed. That's what I would do.
Okay.
So you watch it in movies
Mm-hmm.
in theaters.
Did you like the movie? Do you want to say
Yeah.
anything about it besides overall? Yeah, obviously you liked it. But...
Yes, I liked it.
Okay.
Solid.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I would watch this movie in theaters for sure. I would say go if you're a Scream fan. Definitely go watch it in theaters. I actually, we'll get in obviously the ratings we do at the end,
Mhm.
but I thought that this was a pretty good Scream movie as compared to the rest of them. Kind of, we had a lackluster middle. So for me, it was good in theaters. It was a little bit more suspenseful. You can watch it on streaming if you want to wait, but I recommend going to the theater. We didn't say the theater, so I'm gonna start saying probably go see the movie at the theater all the time, unless it's really bad like Cocaine Bear.
Oh Lord.
I would say watching in theater as well. I personally would watch it in theaters just off of the simple fact that I would never fucking watch that shit by myself. It's streaming. Because I just don't do that.
And we know why though. It's because
I
you're
don't
not
do
a
horror
horror
movies.
guy.
Yeah, I don't do horror movies. And this one wasn't maybe I'm like actually getting a little more numb to horror movies than I think I am,
You're
because like
desensitized.
the jump scares, like they didn't really like get me, and they weren't really. It wasn't that bad. I don't
There
think.
were a
I didn't feel
couple
like
for
there was
me.
any- there was
There was one.
The one jumping. Well, I'll wait until
Yeah,
we get into
yeah.
it.
So, but yeah, I would watch it in theaters. I actually enjoyed the movie. I haven't seen any of the other Screams, and so there's a couple little like loose ends that I was like, no, who the hell is that? Who the hell is that? But you kind of get the gist of it. Like you kind of are just like, oh, that they clearly were in. Well, I'll get into it a little more, but I was like, oh, they clearly were in the old movies. But yeah.
I'm gonna say this movie was clearly made for people who have seen the other Scream movies. I did not know what the fuck was going on for many parts of it. Like you kind of like use context clues and string it all together, but I mean, I don't know. Do whatever you want. I don't know. I don't know how to answer this. I don't know if I.
And this is a response.
I don't know if I would have
warranted
liked
from
the
not
movie.
Watching the previous ones. Though.
I don't
So
know if I
that's
would have.
why you
I don't
say
know.
that.
I don't know if I would have liked it. I can't say I necessarily liked it. I felt kind of confused a lot throughout the movie. So, but yeah.
Well, you know what? You should have watched
But
some of the other
I'd say
ones.
yeah. If I had to give an answer, I'd say streaming. I don't know.
I just decided I was gonna just raw dog it and go into it without any
I
problem.
think anytime that there's an element of like
Surprise.
figuring out like who like a whodunit type of thing, you know, like if you can try to decipher like, oh, I knew that, like, you know.
Also, I
that's
did
a little entertaining. For
You can fully go into this without watching any of the other movies, and you still understand the plot of the movie. It's just they refer back to so many other things, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're really referring. I mean, I guess they're referring back to definitely the first one, because the person that she sees in the hallucinations, like in the mirror, like that's her dad.
Yeah. Well, let's not go into all that yet.
Oh, we're holding off on that. Okay.
Well, we gotta do the synopsis before that.
Yeah.
But Jesus.
All right, you guys want me to do a synopsis?
Yeah. Break it down.
Cool. So, so Scream 6 was the sixth movie in the installation of a franchise. So basically, this particular movie centers around two really attractive brunette women who are also friends with other attractive looking people. A male who's very muscular and black, very attractive.
Light skin.
Light skin.
I knew you were all about that, dude.
His sister, I'm assuming that was his sister?
Was his sister.
His sister who
that was his sister.
Yeah.
Was his sister, yeah.
Who was also very attractive, but I think she batted for the other team, so that's cool.
She definitely did.
Her girlfriend, who was extremely attractive, and it's a shame she was batting for the other team. And then
it's a shame for males who lust after her. Yeah.
Not necessarily. And then another semi-attractive person who.
Girl?
Yeah, the roommate, the little slut roommate. She was aight. But anyways,
I liked her because she was slutty. So I mean, like she wasn't the hottest one in the movie, but like she was sexy.
It was Brad's type.
She was slutty.
But
she's getting railed out.
Hear that, ladies?
Like,
you want a piece of this action?
Me.
But
I know. I was surprised she wasn't like.
When she was like, "Is that Paul?" And he's like, "Who's Paul?" I was like, "Hell yeah!"
I know. I was surprised she wasn't like. I was surprised she wasn't like. No, it's Brad.
Hell yeah.
No, so basically, like, it sets up, you know, the two sisters, Samantha and Tara. Mm-hmm. The two sisters, Samantha and Tara, obviously they have a past with Ghostface, the Ghostface killer, and they.
I knew that you were gonna work that in tonight.
And so they just kind of gives a little base of like. Very briefly saying like, oh, they have traumatic past, blah blah blah. They're both going through things and they're both handling it differently than like one another. One's trying to forget about it, the other one's going to therapy. So, anyways, basically, very beginning, a killing happens, and it's the same old premise of like every other Scream movie, like the phone call, and then. And
you don't want to do the impression? Oh man.
What's your favorite scary movie?
You could do better than that.
Yeah. Put some effort into it, Jesus.
Sydney.
There we
That was
go.
actually a pretty
Brad
good one,
did it.
yeah.
Brad did it.
Thank you.
So then, yeah, basically all the shit just kind of hits the fan there, and they go into this whirlwind of detective work, and then plenty of old members of the old movies they show up
Yeah.
periodically, and everyone that's into Scream was like, "Oh my god, look, she was in this one," and like I was just sitting there like, "Ooh, cool."
Was she?
A real attractive one comes in, and then Courtney Cox.
Which one is the real?
What? Oh,
Hayden Panettiere, and then Courtney Cox's Botox ass face comes into.
I knew we had to bring that up at some point.
And
I
yeah,
would
and so
I
basically,
would still.
it's just a
love to-
huge. It's just a huge mystery of like who the killer is, and obviously it's a legacy. Oh, there's a little cool bit where they basically play into like, oh, it's a franchise, so like this is how it's gonna be. The legacies aren't protected. Blah, blah, blah.
They have a really cool museum. I actually thought the museum was really cool.
I thought so too.
The Stab Museum.
Scream
Maybe
fan
not for
stuff.
you,
Scream
but-
fan stuff. I was
To me,
like,
oh yeah. I remember.
I mean, they had all the props, especially from the
Yeah,
previous movies. I think that's what just made it.
I thought though I would like
The TV.
I, mean, I wouldn't want to go like if I had to pay $5 to enter that museum, I would pay $5 to enter that museum. Anything more than that, I wouldn't go. But yeah, I would like to go see that in real life.
Yeah, so basically there's a bunch of events that unfold of killings and almost killings, and then I swear to God, some people should have died like 15 times, but they survived.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's pretty much the gist of it.
That's pretty.
Scream.
That's pretty good. You know.
and they reveal who the killers were at the end, and they have to face
Mhm.
off. And
The last two reveals have not been very good, including this one. I was unimpressed with, you know, how they did this. Well, I mean, it correlated with the first. Last one was worse for me because they were just like randoms.
I heard you
Mhm.
go, "Oh man."
Yeah. Oh, whenever they revealed the. Okay, so
All right, hold on. First of all, spoiler territory, just so everyone knows.
Oh yeah, this is already spoiled. Yeah. As soon
Yeah, we're
as,
getting
as soon as
into
we
it.
start
We've
the
already dipped
synopsis,
into
we're
it.
already getting into it.
Yeah.
Okay,
as soon as we start
so
the synopsis, that's spoiler.
I want to
territory.
ask.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions for us, we'll answer those.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we
So-
should
To the
get
best
all the
of our
questions
knowledge,
out
without
of
sounding arrogant.
Okay, so I want to ask. Did
Sound
you
arrogant away. Go
Okay.
for it.
how soon, if you did, and how surprised were you by the reveal of who the killer was?
It seemed.
You go first.
I felt like once we saw Ghostface in like Sam's apartment, and then Sam's boyfriend tries to get her attention, I'm like, that's too set up. That only somebody from the group has knows where Sam lives and is able to get in pretty quickly. So I told you, I tapped you on the arm. I was like, it's this bitch. I knew it just kind of was a letdown. I thought it was going to be somebody that was more dragged out, kind of like how the first two Screams were. You thought it was somebody, but they were teasing you. They kept going. But then I kind of knew it was what was it? Chad's roommate. 'Cause-
Ethan.
Yeah, he
The
just
virgin.
the version.
That one threw me off. I was like, "Oh, it's the dad and the daughter."
No, once
Like,
That's what you thought.
That's.
So
but I
you-
didn't realize
No,
that he was
once-
related or anything like
once
that.
I saw him on the subway, creeping and lurking, I'm like, this fucker's up to
Oh, I
something.
thought it was like he was
No.
like, "Oh no, I'm not doing
No, no,
anything."
no, no,
which
no.
is-
throw you off the scent with
That's
that one.
that's what
For
I
sure
thought.
they
Yeah,
were,
and
because
they got.
I just thought it was really
I believed
suspicious.
it. I was
I didn't
like-
think because anytime she would move, he would move. He had to keep an eye on her. If he really had to keep an eye on her,
Then-
why
then
why
had
wouldn't you be next to
Ghostface
her?
Get up towards the end there, and every time it would go dark, you would get closer.
He
and
actually
closer.
didn't have to keep an eye on her because he wasn't the one that was going to kill her.
Yeah, because at that
Right.
point it was the Mindy.
Where the fuck was she? The whole not Mindy. It was what was her?
Oh,
name?
not Mindy.
Wasn't it Harper?
Quinn.
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 Yeah.
Quinn. So that's what.
That's a slut name.
That threw me for a loop. Okay, so I have whenever I see these types of movies, not just Scream, but these types of movies, but I have my top 3 suspects. Okay, my top 3 suspects were Detective Bailey,
Mhm.
and I was correct about that. And then also,
Even after the daughter died, though.
so that threw yes.
Okay.
So and then the
No,
the
I
boyfriend was. I
Okay.
feel, but sometimes they make it obvious on purpose.
Yeah,
Sam's
yeah.
boyfriend?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So Danny. So
I had such vibes about him,
he was
too.
on my top 3.
Psych, I thought he
Did
was
we-
hot. I'm like,
And then
what?
Kirby was also on there too.
No.
But whenever he called in and said no, she's been kicked out of the FBI or whatever, I was like, no, that's too obvious. It's
Oh.
not. She is not the killer.
That did get me for a little bit.
Okay, so
But
and that I was like, no, it's
So-
not her.
I actually, by the end of it, I didn't know who it was because for a long time I was like, well, should we say who the killers were? Because I don't even think we've explained that.
I just did.
It's Quinn,
It's Quinn and her brother.
Detective Bailey, and then her brother, who we didn't know was her brother the whole movie.
So
until the
Quinn
end.
is
Yeah.
also.
What was his name?
She also gets killed though, and I thought that she was really
Yeah.
dead, and I
Okay.
think everybody here did too.
The whole
right?
thing
Yeah.
about that is I was like, they're not going to do the same thing as the first Scream because they did that in the first Scream. Like the guy died. One of the guys was supposedly dead.
Well, what they do is he
Mhm.
stabbed him
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he has to make it look like that they were attacked.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
They're gonna blame it on
But it was like
yeah
ketchup.
But yeah, the
corn syrup.
Corn syrup, yeah.
or whatever.
I always
yeah.
thought it was ketchup for some reason.
I forget the line that he uses. Billy Loomis, you wouldn't know, but Billy Loomis uses it in the first one, and he licks it and says the same thing they used in another horror movie he references.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I only remember like that. That's like the main thing I remember from watching because I watched that when it first came out, which was like
1996.
90.
Mhm.
Oh, it was 96.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I watched it a little later than probably like 99 or something.
Hmm.
It definitely wasn't 6.
So
Probably was Scream 2, because the first Scream and Scream 2
No,
were like
No, it
literally
was the first
consecutive
one.
from
It
each
was-
other.
It was Matthew Lillard.
Hmm.
so
But
I like my very first suspicion was Detective Bailey
Mhm.
because of how when he called, I was like, damn, his voice. Like I when he first called, it sounded like Ghostface to me. Like when he first called, and then I was like, oh, that's just how his voice is. But then I was like, that's weird. That might be a little foreshadowing. But then I was thrown off by his daughter dying and then them helping him, and then I was thrown off because obviously I had never seen any of the other ones, so I didn't know there was like multiple killers. I thought it was just one guy. And
they
so
did mention that earlier in the movie.
Yeah,
but
like with the
there's
previous
so
with
much,
the
there's
previous
so
killers.
much at once. It's like
So I just was like, okay, I can't be him because he can't be in two places at one time. Like obviously,
But that's what tag team's for.
Yeah, I was surprised whenever they revealed the third person. I want to go back to at least to the beginning because I liked how they started it off. Like I liked how there was two sets of killers that were actually going to start doing the killings, and then they knew about it and they killed those guys. So whenever he took off his mask in the first one after he killed the girl in the alley, I was like, is that how this movie's gonna go? Like we're gonna know who the killer is the whole time? So I liked how, they're gonna
intro
try to
to
start
it.
their own movie.
yeah.
Where so that's what he's alluding to when he says we have to finish the movie, is because the killers in Scream 5 wanted to make like a horror ending, like a true like their version of what horror is going for now.
Well, they're trying to inspire another stab film, basically,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're like true horror's dead. And
Yeah.
blah, blah, so we're taking it into our own hands and starting our own franchise.
Oh, quick side note: the first Ghostface killer was Flash from the Spider-Man franchise.
Which one?
Tom Holland Spider-Man franchise.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Joe what's his name? Joe whatever. I thought you were talking about Tobey Maguire one.
No.
no.
Right when I saw him in his little beard, I was like, that's wannabe Flash. I'm like, that's the fucking Flash. And he was like, no way. And then he took a second and he looked and he was like, holy shit, it is. I'm like, yeah, he's just ugly in this one.
I wish they would.
Which the first guy who killed the girl in the yellow dress?
Yeah.
Killed
Yeah.
the film
Yeah.
professor?
She was-
Okay.
Yeah,
bad.
because that was her student. But
She gave me Margot Robbie vibes.
So does every other movie also like they wanted to get the most attractive looking women?
I
And
mean,
slashers
yeah.
usually, yeah. That's like a slasher.
in the
staple.
first one, Drew Barrymore was in it. And that was when Drew Barrymore was at like her peak in Hollywood too.
You think Drew Barrymore's hot?
Well, I loved Drew Barrymore as a kid, so yeah.
I don't know if she was like. What do you guys think? I think she's hot, but I thought Neve Campbell was hotter.
I think everyone kind of thought that when you're a kid, like when you're that age, and yeah.
Yeah.
She was really hot back in the day, for
She
sure.
looks good now too. She was in the last Scream and So Nev Campbell is the girl that when all the reporters are coming down the stairs, or they're coming down the stairs, and then she punches Gail, and then she says, Sydney is going away with her family because she deserves her happy ending.
Sydney was in all of the
Sydney is
previous.
Campbell,
Yeah, she's always referenced from the first Scream all the way, even to Scream 5.
When did they have her in this one?
I mean,
reason?
probably because
She cost too much.
Maybe she didn't want to be in it.
What is
Yeah.
Nev Campbell in anymore though? She can't cost that much.
I don't think it's a matter of cost. I think it's a
Yeah.
matter of like maybe her being like semi-retired.
Yeah.
I think that's
It
what
could be.
it's about. Because I was surprised when she was in the fifth one because she hadn't done anything in a really long time. But
Yeah.
they might have made her an offer she couldn't refuse at the time or something. I don't know.
But the fifth one from the fourth one was over 10 years apart. So
True.
it was time. It was a lot of time. And maybe she just grew out of the role if you
I'm
really
not
think
gonna
about
lie,
it.
The fourth one is the one that I remember the least.
I just
All of
remember
the-
Kirby. I remember her character.
So Kirby was in the third one.
No, fourth.
She was in the fourth one.
Yeah.
She wasn't in the fifth one.
No.
So she was only in 4 and 6.
Yes.
And she looked damn good in this one, I thought.
Oh,
I've always
man.
been a Hayden Panettiere fan, though.
Oh, it forgot to be mentioned, but with the siblings and the cop father, they were family members of, what was it, Richie?
Richie.
Of Richie.
Yeah.
Who was the
And
killer
Richie
in number
was
5.
and that was Sam's ex-boyfriend.
And so so they explained this in the movie. Richie actually had a girlfriend too while he was
who was also a killer with him. But
Yeah.
So for a
Oh,
year,
so it wasn't. So Samantha was not his girlfriend.
Samantha was.
Samantha
his fake
was,
girlfriend.
yeah.
He made her think that he was his girlfriend.
That was one of the most
Yeah.
confusing
Right.
parts to me. I was like, so she was killing with him.
So the only reason that they wanted that they
That they thought
Honestly-
it was
is
Sam.
because Sam's father was Billy Loomis, the original
Yeah.
Gotcha.
killer.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
So that's why she has the serial killer in her, and she felt.
And that's why
it felt
he
right
was
to
in the
do
flashbacks
things.
in the glass, because that's
yeah,
like
yeah.
her.
No, I
her
got
demon.
all that.
So
So
they
I
did
would.
flashbacks in the fifth one too.
I
Mhm.
just the only thing that really or not the only thing. There's a few other things, but the big thing that really confused me was they said that was her boyfriend, and then they mentioned his girlfriend was also his partner in killing.
Mhm.
So I thought she was, and then she like betrayed him or something. But then when they go through, like when they're in the museum, they're showing all the different killers and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, I wish they would have like made it a little more clear right then, just for people who haven't seen the movies, because like they show you so much info and you're like, it's really fast.
Yeah.
It's like
That's kind of why you have to see.
no, well,
Some of them.
but
Yeah.
they could have made it a little more separate, like
Just for you, huh?
just for anyone who hasn't seen them. I mean,
so was
That's
Tara
just-
also Billy Loomis's daughter?
I don't remember. I don't think so. I think that's
Tara.
Jenna Ortega is Melissa Barrera's half sister.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's same mom, different dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Billy, no.
so
And I guess they're not really technically flashbacks.
Did he-
They're-
Yeah.
did he
they're
knock up the mom?
I would say
de-
inner.
delusional.
before
Yeah,
he
inner
went-
demon maybe.
before he must have knocked her up before he got killed.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was.
He was getting busy.
Okay, that makes more sense how she's not
He was-
Jenna
he was
Ortega's
getting down.
dad
Mhm.
too, because I was like, how would he have both of them? I didn't realize that they had different dads.
Basically,
Which is crazy. 'Cause he was like 17 or 18 in the movie, like technically,
Yeah.
because he was a senior in high school. So
I mean,
Well, that's
I mean,
But back in the 90s,
I mean,
technically, do you
that's
think?
pretty on par.
Yeah.
think so?
I mean, yeah, girls can get pregnant that
Girls
younger
can-
than
No,
that.
I know. I'm just saying, like, he was getting busy with multiple women, and like, dude was a stud when he was 17 or 18.
Oh well, Jenna Ortega wasn't his daughter though.
I know that, but
No.
Okay.
he was also dated Nev Campbell though. Billy Loomis
Yeah,
dated
true.
Nev Campbell. He
True.
dated these 2 other girls too, and he had a relationship with an older woman.
He just had game.
Apparently,
Mhm.
'Cause girls love. Like,
It was all
psychos
part of
sometimes.
the. It was all part of the
It's like Ted Bundy.
Yeah, kind of.
Hit
So-
the nail on the
So,
head.
what did you guys think of? What did you guys think of the death scenes?
I thought a lot of them were kind of like really close up, just showing stabbing, and it was kind of like not that effective. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't really like wince at any of them or anything. Like, I was just like, oh, cool, like he's getting stabbed.
Yeah,
I felt bad for the what was he, a psychiatrist? Like Sam's counselor.
That dude, yeah.
Straight through the
Face.
fucking nose. I'm like, damn.
There really wasn't a lot of creativity this time. with
How
the
did-
killings.
He get through. He just headbutted the window and then.
He like
But there was like
punched it
a
or something. and
there
it
was a
got
metal
him,
railing
and,
though, so
and like was able to like smash him and then stab him. through.
So in all the
Yeah.
other ones, is it also kind of like how this is, where you're like, damn, that person should have fucking died right
Yes.
there, and then
Yeah.
they just don't.
Or whenever Ghostface gets hit with like a giant fucking cast iron pan,
yeah.
like in just.
Oh, I know.
Like, you think-
Why did she not just finish
Take it?
I was thinking
or how did he not get knocked the fuck out? Like
Yeah.
you get hit with a cast iron pan, you're fucking.
I mean, by a
you're
woman.
busted open.
Yeah.
Little side note here, because I was scrolling through TikTok, and I like looked up Scream stuff just to kind of like prepare myself, and I ran across a TikTok where this girl was like rating on how I would survive these movie killers, and when she got to Ghostface, she was like 10 out of 10 would survive. I don't even answer the phone call for my family members. Answer a random ass call. And also, half the time, these people start killing this dude, and then they just start running and let him get back up. Like, I would finish the job
Yeah,
right
especially
then
when
and
they're
there.
3-on-1 at a
Yeah.
couple points. It's like, and then light skinned God was like murking
Somewhere,
and, like,
somewhere across all the movies, there's had to be an instance though where someone's like, "No, I'm not answering the phone," and then he still kills them, right? I mean, that's
yeah.
had to
I,
happen.
I mean, I don't know, but
I mean, you
Not
don't
that
have.
I
Talking
He's,
about
I was gonna
this
say-
installment?
no, I'm talking
Oh.
about across
No,
the
across
entire.
the whole, like, all 6.
yeah, you. Not that I can remember.
I was
Of
gonna
course,
say not that I
it's-
can recall.
Yeah, for the sake of the movies, they always
For the sake of the fucking franchise, they have to answer the phone.
I feel like there wasn't as many phone calls in this movie though. You know, compared to like.
There's a
No.
shit ton of phone calls.
You
Is
think,
there
like,
more than
toward
that normally?
But a lot of them were
Oh.
declined. Like Sam declined her boyfriends.
So
Someone...
they do have to pick up the phone call for him to kill. Okay, that's what I was trying to.
And the first
figure out.
one, like the first 3, let's say, but
Mm-hmm.
definitely the first. Definitely the first one, they made the phone call iconic,
Yeah.
and that's why even if you don't know the Scream movies, you know,
Well,
Are we
what's
talking-
your-
favorite scary movie.
I was gonna say, are we talking about the same phone call?
Yeah, well, all of the phone calls.
I'd legit answer the phone
No,
call.
from Scream 1,
I'd
like the
legit
first
answer
one with Drew
the
Barrymore.
very first.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the OG. Of
Yeah.
No, I would legit answer the phone call. Do the voice, Brad.
And then he'd merge us in.
Hold on. I do the thing.
Hello, Jesus.
Hey.
Who the fuck are you on the phone with?
Do you think LeBron's gonna come back healthy enough for the playoffs?
I hope.
And then what? Nothing. You
And
just.
then I'd be like,
I keep going.
So, is this Brad or?
You wouldn't be like, yeah, I guess most people would be like, okay. And like, you'd probably hang up on the person. But they do. In the first couple,
Yeah.
like, they hang up and they call back.
Mhm.
And then it's like, if you hang up on me again, you're going to die.
Yeah.
And then,
And then I'd be like-
that usually catches their attention.
I like Scary Movie when he stabbed her in the tit and like pulled off
The
the.
implant?
Yeah.
Oh, she had an implant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You haven't seen any of the scary movies either?
You haven't. Oh.
I
They're
think I
spoofs.
did.
They're
spoofs
Yeah. I
on-
think I watched Scary Movie 1 because I remember
The first Scary Movie had.
that's the one. Because I remember, is that the one that she like throws her grandma down the stairs?
Yes.
At the...
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it then.
Those are grandma down the stairs. I don't even remember that scene.
It's like, so
She's like running up the stairs, and then she's like, for some reason, all this random shit keeps appearing. Like, there's a fucking piano.
I want to say
There's
it's
a-
because they're spoofing The Ring at that point. It's either The Ring or
Well, The Ring
Grudge.
is until 3.
Is it?
Scary Movie 3.
I haven't
yeah.
seen all the scary
Yeah.
movies. I've seen every Scream movie. Though.
I haven't
I was
seen
gonna
the
say.
first Scary Movie in fucking forever. But that is the one where he stabs her in the tit. The first one. And then pulls out
Is
the.
it
Yeah.
Cleopatra?
Yeah.
Pulls out her
Yeah.
implant?
Yeah.
She's so hot in that, Man. Damn.
Scream 3 is the one that has Jenna Jameson and Pamela Anderson in the beginning.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Love them.
I really don't remember Scream 3, to be honest. I was going to say Scream 4, I kind of remember, but Scream 3.
They kind of, so they go to like Hollywood and stuff because they're making the stab movies actually. And so
Oh.
they go on set, like the killer chases them around on set.
So are the stab movies like they're making them after?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
supposed to be
after
like
the
the
events.
Scream
It's-
movies.
yeah,
but
it's like
in the
their-
in-universe.
Their universe's franchise of Scream.
But the very first one, there was no stab movies. Then they
No, because
No.
they base it off of the first
Yeah.
one.
Okay, that's what I.
I gotta say, I hated all the meta shit. I just thought it was
The
like
what?
the meta shit, like
Oh, where they like pointed out
like
the franchise
stab
thing.
movies, and then the girl Mindy was like, "Oh, blah 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 blah. These are the rules and
You
stuff."
can't say that you hate that with a whole heart, not having seen the other ones. Though.
I just don't like when they do
Mhm.
that stuff in movies.
I thought it was funny because they were
But-
poking at it.
But
I-
I especially
it gets a little kitschy. Like if you know, like
I especially hated when they did the Step Brothers thing because it's like,
you guys are missing. So you see how the girl
you know what I'm talking about though, with Hayden. I don't know how to say her
Hayden
last name.
Panettiere.
Yeah, her and Mindy.
Oh,
and they're
yeah,
like-
when they did
like which-
Hellraiser.
Yeah. I was like,
Underrated.
yeah. I was like, oh, they're just gonna do the Step Brothers scene.
Brad,
Like, I don't know.
I looked over at Brad and Brad was like,
I did
they're
that.
in that scene. It's weird. I don't know.
So you know how when Mindy sits them down in the park and she goes over the rules and everything.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I like that.
that's Jamie Kennedy's role in the first.
I know, no,
Yeah.
I remember them doing that in
And so
the
that's-
first movie.
that's-
It was a good
her uncle.
callback. It was a good
Like,
callback.
don't have
It's her
sex.
uncle.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, both her and Chad. Both her
Yes.
and Chad, because they're both twins.
Chad's light skinned god.
The core four.
Yeah.
And when
That's your guys'
yeah.
nickname now.
And when you're
Not me.
There's only
There's only
three of us.
It's
Tom.
weird.
Tom's ghost
Who?
is here. Tom.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Your guess is as good as mine.
The core three.
the
Jesus.
I don't
Okay,
know.
you might as well be Destiny's Child at this point. Except we know who the leader is.
I'm Beyonce.
I just look over at Brad. I'm like, here we
I
go.
would be Queen Bee whenever I'm in the group.
Oh man.
Well, I would say, like, let me ask you, I probably know the answer for you, but I'm not sure for Tony. But would you guys consider, like, after seeing this one, watching the other ones now?
Yes,
Yeah?
I would.
'Cause
No,
you
I
like-
actually
you like-
would
you liked it?
because to be honest, like we'll get into the rating, at the end or whatever. But I actually really enjoyed it. I just like I was invested. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, and I wish I would have known like some of the callbacks a little more. But even without knowing that, you probably feel a little differently. But like to me, it was like it didn't really like hurt the experience for me all that much. I was kind of more like, oh, like I just assumed. I was like, oh, okay, that's obviously something from a prior movie. But with that being said, I'm also like notorious for like I'll watch a film that I haven't watched like the first two for, and I'll just use my context clues and be like, okay, that must be in this.
yeah.
And so, for example, like I forgot which movie it was that I watched, and then I was like, oh, I should probably watch the first one. And I think it was Captain America when it first came out. I never watched the first one, but then I watched Winter Soldier, and I was like, oh, I need to go. And so I was like,
Possibly the best Marvel movie ever.
Red flag. Red flag. What do you mean you haven't watched the first Captain America? You didn't
I've
do
watched
that?
it now.
But back then.
So, which I think half of the fun of these movies is the rules, first of all, and then following the rules, because
Well, yeah.
the killers tend to go by the rules, but they also like to make up their own stories along the way, and then also obviously figuring out like who you think the killer is.
Mhm.
So who was, if everyone had to pick their favorite character, who
In this one?
You
Yes,
already
this
know
one.
mine. You already know mine.
Yeah, yours is Jenna Ortega's character.
Oh, I'm Sam all the
Sarah?
way. Oh my god, she's
You're Sam.
yeah, and I kind of like how she had a little bit of psycho in her, but she was still like the hero, not like an anti-hero, or like even she was villainized because of her dad and because
She's a Deadpool. That's what it is. She's literally a fucking
No, I don't
Deadpool.
even think that though, because
She's an anti-hero. She doesn't want to be her dad,
misunderstood.
but
like Deadpool's an asshole, but like he's like a lovable asshole. You know, like I think that she's misunderstood. Like she was protecting herself in the fifth one,
Mhm.
but she killed these people.
But she did it for her own agenda on this one, which I thought was nice. It was a change of pace compared from the fifth movie.
I mean, she's like kind of the only one who had any real like character development or anything through the whole movie. So yeah, she's the best character in my opinion.
Yeah,
too.
well, I mean, Jenna Ortega's character is right there with her.
let go.
Yeah, but she doesn't like.
had to let
She doesn't develop as a character at all. She's-
Yeah.
I
mean,
just gotta say though, when she was saying "let me go" and she looked up at her, I'm like, oh, she's gonna kill this motherfucker. I was so ready.
Thanks for letting me go.
Yeah, the acting in this movie was I would say good, not great.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like that's it's.
There's definitely some
bad.
There's
but it
definitely
was-
some lines where I was like, they should have done another take on that.
I mean, part of the like so you know who Wes Craven is, right?
yeah.
Okay, so Wes Craven directed like I think the first 2 or 3 movies. And so that's what made them great in my
Okay.
opinion, because
Okay.
he's the director of the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
He didn't direct
Mhm.
this one.
No, he's
No.
dead.
Oh
Wes
shit.
Craven's
Okay.
dead.
I didn't know that.
But he
So he
directed.
didn't direct this one.
he
by
didn't.
postmortem,
He didn't direct
no.
it from the grave.
There was two guys that directed it. I should know their names again, but like I'd never heard of them.
Mm.
Otherwise, I would have remembered it. But yeah, Wes Craven. He was one of like the kings of horror.
Yeah,
like
he was
in the
like a horror
90s.
guy.
So, he makes a good horror flick. You know, and then we're obviously still
Dude, you guys
basing the
should've gone
franchise
to-
off of his work now.
This is just a real quick tangent, but you guys should have gone to the Universal Studios like Halloween thing with me. It was pretty
Hollywood
tight.
Horror Nights.
Yeah,
It's so freaking great.
it's fun.
I've been
It's fun.
before, but
I've been
Okay.
before.
Yeah,
Did you
I-
just go this past year?
Yeah.
Nice.
I've never been to it before. I've been to.
oh, that was your
You
first
need
time?
to go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've never been.
It's not that scary, and also they had Death Eaters in Diagon Alley.
Mhm.
It was pretty tight.
You wouldn't get me out of there.
It
I would not.
was
experience
so
the rest
packed, bro. You wouldn't.
It's very
I
packed.
mean,
Marvel
it's hard to
World's
stay
my-
there for too
My
long.
favorite part of the park. Well, you guys are going Sunday.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going?
I thought you were.
If I can find someone to go with me, yeah.
So you're not going.
I might. I might still
don't doubt
go.
his game. I think he can
might
swing
still go.
somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, I just gotta find somebody to go on, short notice. But I'm still down to go. Milky's out, so we gotta.
You guys got season passes, right?
Yeah.
We have season
Maybe we
passes.
should go again. Maybe we should
Sunday
go
is
Halloween-
open. There's no
Halloween
blackout
Horror.
day.
Dude,
for Sunday.
you should really look into.
Oh
get-
no, I'm doing stuff this weekend though. But
You should really look into getting season passes.
I know.
you pay-
He
we
got
talked
me.
about it. We talked
He
about
made
it.
me
Yeah.
get one.
You pay basically the same amount for the initial ticket, like you're gonna pay anyways. But then
And then
afterwards,
pay
you
it
just
off
get
like $20 a month or something. You said,
yeah, and
something
it's
like
not
that.
even that much. How much is yours? Because mine's like $8. I assume yours is like $8 too.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways,
It's basically like total like the price of 2 tickets too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys did the California. Like,
Yes, the resident,
neighbor,
yes.
whatever,
Yeah.
yeah, resident. Yeah.
so my favorite. I don't know. I can't decide who my favorite character was because wasn't very attached to anyone.
Yeah. I think if you watch the other movies,
You
it
would be
a
like,
lot,
oh, yeah.
you know?
To be honest, I don't think so.
Really?
Nah, because I still wasn't really attached to anyone.
You don't think I
either.
would have been attached to Courtney Cox's character if I would have watched?
Not really.
No.
She's,
She's
the
a
most,
reporter.
she's the most annoying one. to be
Yeah.
honest with you, yeah.
Because if you did watch,
She's
you would
very
see
crucial.
her. Yeah, and
Well, if
then
you watch
she
the
goes through
first
like
one-
a writer's block,
Was
and
Cour-
she's
was
going through
Courtney
all this
Cox in the first one?
bullshit.
Yeah, she's in all of them, I think. But yeah,
She's
she was
the-
definitely
I
the
think
first
she's
one.
the only one that's in every single movie.
Did we find out if she survived at
Yeah,
the
they said that
end?
she did. Yeah,
Oh wait,
Okay.
real
Wait,
quick.
really? They did say that?
yeah.
I-
they said that.
I blanked for a sec.
Gail and Mindy pulled through.
What
Oh,
the
yeah.
fuck? Everyone
And then- yeah.
survived?
Oh yeah,
Exactly
bro.
what
Oh
she-
yeah,
should
bro.
have happened.
Oh yeah, bro.
That's a
Well,
that makes me mad.
Mindy was still standing up and talking to him.
Well, at the end, she goes, "I know who the killers are."
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
know, like,
Dude, she freaking ran out all fucking like.
and she
like,
got gutted up.
Stitched
Her
up and
intestines
shit,
were ripped
yeah.
out.
like
and
if she
shit.
fucking
Now
ate a
she's all-
senzu bean and shit. Like
there's, I mean, yeah. So some of, you're right. Some of the death scenes that were turned out to be not death scenes.
they fucking gave
It
Gail a
was little
Wiggenweld
It was a
potion.
little ridiculous.
Oh, we did real quick earlier. We kind of touched on it, but like the jump scares. I jumped at one point when
There
they're
were
in
3. I
Courtney
jumped at.
Cox's
Mhm.
apartment,
The
and
jumping
he
through
goes,
the mirror.
"What does he say?" He's like, something like, I wish I could remember the actual line, but he's like, "You didn't expect that" or something, right?
Yeah,
like
and-
before he even like totally finishes saying that, it's like a loud ass fucking noise, and he
When he
throws the
throws the
body.
boyfriend-
yeah, yeah.
Boyfriend through the wall.
That
Yeah.
got me. So,
Who
but,
you
yeah.
only see like a half of his face for a second.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
and-
I hope he gets royalties.
He had lines.
He will.
He
I know
had
he will.
li-
He got paid. Like if you have speaking roles
Yeah,
compared
yeah.
to like non-speaking roles,
He had
Yeah,
at
like
least 2
stand-ins.
lines.
it's significantly
Yeah.
more money.
Mhm.
Yep.
Also, another thing that I really was like, kind of like, it's interesting, is Courtney Cox had landlines. No one has
I know. I was thinking about that too. I was like, why does she
It's
have a
like
landline
Maybe
still?
it's a.
It's a
It's like
callback.
an homage to the first
Yeah.
one, really. Except no one's gonna use the like old school telephone
I
one.
was-
That would have been
That's the
hilarious if she had the like long stretchy cord.
Unless it's like a snooty like Upper West Side thing because she lived in Manhattan.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't know.
in the old ones, did they
Yeah.
ever? In the old ones, did they ever use the string, the long cord?
Yes.
or
Yeah, they
whatever?
did.
Yeah.
They
That
did.
was
In
the
the
whole
first
point.
movie, yeah.
Okay, fun fact. For the first one with Drew Barrymore, when she was making the iconic 911 call, or when she was on the phone calling 911, they did not disconnect the line. So every single time she was calling LA 911 and they were asking and trying to report it, and she would give her line, hang up, but they never disconnected the line. So LA, like
So it was a real 911.
It was.
That
So
a
they-
real phone
Why
line?
didn't
and they
They-
traced the location and they were like, you need to stop calling, like this is a felon, and they got it settled, but they didn't unplug the fucking line. I'm like, dude,
That is a fun fact, and I've never heard that before. But
That's kind of ridiculous that they didn't just unplug the phone. Well, like,
I mean,
if you
I'm
guys
glad
remember,
that happened.
if you guys remember, those old landlines, like, for them to have power, they had to be plugged into the...
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like-
The phone didn't work unless it was
There wasn't a power
was a little
cord,
clip.
and then, yeah.
go into the phone itself.
So that was the only way it had power. So if they wanted a little dial tone, the do, like, it had to be plugged in. So unless they just faked the sounds or something, then I guess that's the best way to do it.
Did
But
anyone,
they probably should have faked the sounds instead
did
of
anyone
going
catch
into the-
Was Ethan's name actually Ethan? Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It was.
Or
I looked it up
Ethan
on
Bailey?
I looked it up on
Mhm.
IMDb.
Okay.
It wasn't Bailey.
Well, his last name was Bailey.
No, it wasn't.
No, his
I know his
Not the
dad,
fake
his,
name.
His dad's name was Bailey, so I had looked it
no,
up.
no, not the fake. No, his name was actually Bailey, but he was faking. He was going by a
Landry.
yeah, Landry.
Ethan Landry.
He was going by
and,
Landry.
and Quinn Landry, sexy slut.
So then,
Well, she was Quinn Bailey.
Huh?
because she was
She was
she
Quinn-
was she every.
Oh, she was Quinn Bailey.
Yeah.
He was Ethan Landry because he was
So
faking
if they were
Yeah.
related, if they were related to Richie, that means he had a different last name. That's kind of I don't know. That's
No, wait. What was his? Who he did have a different last name.
Richie Ashburn or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was because he was somehow disassociated from like his family also, or faking to be someone else.
Oh.
Also
Yeah.
in the
Oh.
fifth one.
Because if
He
you
was-
really
he was
think about
pretending
it-
to be someone
Oh,
else
okay,
also.
so
Yeah.
he was Richie Bailey.
I don't know who he was really.
But in the fifth one, like that's why Sam was never introduced to his family. It was just Richie. So I could see where they got the inspiration
Yeah,
to
Sam's
do the sixth movie from.
idiot. That's a red flag. Never introduced you to your family. That screams have a girlfriend at home.
Well,
That-
most of the time-
Well, also think from her point. Her dad was Billy Loomis. Like, come on.
Kirsch,
Well-
Richie Kirsch.
Well, how often do they introduce them to their families in the Scream movies at all? Because it's assumed that
True.
they're college kids, and it's probably early in the year before they've gone home.
Yeah,
college.
it was what, October, Halloween.
Yeah, so there wouldn't have been any real like reason to introduce like your boyfriend from college at that point.
Well, they were white, so probably they would
I
actually.
was about to say.
I cannot confirm nor deny whether or not that's a cultural thing.
You know how many white friends I had that brought significant others home for like Thanksgiving break and
I've
shit?
done
I
that
was
one
like,
time
well-
in my life.
I was dating Devaney for like a year before I introduced her to my family, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Here it says right here that Nev Campbell stated on June 6th of last year that she would not be reprising her role as Sidney Prescott after starring in the 5 previous entries due to salary dispute.
Salary,
It was.
boo.
She wanted
Salary
more money.
dispute, I guess
That's
so.
always what
Yeah,
it is.
Apparently.
Well,
It
not
could have
always,
been they were
but-
trying to lowball her because if you think about it, if you have the big names.
I mean, I think this movie went just fine without her.
Well, they mentioned her a lot more than they mentioned Rocky.
I would like to see her in this though. To all
Wait,
my
did you
Scream
already
fans,
watch
I
Creed
love
3?
you.
No,
I didn't.
Oh, okay. I won't say anything else then.
Wait, is he not in Creed 3?
no.
You might as well just spoil it for me
no,
now.
no,
Just
because
listen
that's
to
not
last
a
week's
that's not a
episode
big
and you'll
spoiler
find
at
out.
all. Like
It's
if you
not.
pay any attention to it, you know he's not in this one. So
Dang, that sucks. Because he produced all the Rocky movies. He was a
Wait,
screenwriter,
yeah.
right? and then he
Okay,
was
we
able
gotta do
to.
this last
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Just-
Yeah. We really don't need to go down that path again.
So I'm just.
Oh,
Wait, I have a question
have
for
a
you two.
question.
I have a question
Okay.
for you two because you guys
Right.
didn't see the previous screams. What did you guys think of Kirby?
Kirby.
that was
Hayden Panettiere's character.
I liked her.
Like, what was your first impression of her? Like, she.
I just didn't know what her involvement was.
My
or
first
anything. I was like,
impression-
oh, she's an FBI agent, and then
Mhm.
they mentioned, oh, she was from a previous movie.
My 1st
Mhm.
impression was like, damn, this bitch coming in here big dicking everyone.
This was her first role in 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Hayden Panettiere.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I haven't seen her in anything in a
Yeah,
while,
she
but
hasn't been in it. She was supposed to be in the last one apparently, but they couldn't locate her in time, whatever that means.
That's-
So
Yeah.
You can't locate Hayden Panettiere.
yeah.
No, I think she was in Europe at that time.
she's a very mysterious individual.
Yeah. She
Hmm.
is a kid. She went through a lot of shit, too.
Did she?
Yeah.
You know a lot about Hayden Panettiere.
Well, dude, she was in the Bring It On movie. Like, come on. She was originally
Wait,
she was
wait,
originally
wait.
a Disney kid.
Wait,
she
she was in
stays looking good though.
the first
I'll tell you
Bring It
that.
On?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Just like one of the remakes. I think it was
Okay.
the third Bring It On All or Nothing. But anyway, she was like a Disney kid. So watching her and then go on to more adult roles and then be in the Scream franchise, I was like, okay, I can see it.
The first thing I ever saw her in was Heroes. I didn't know she was in anything before that. That's actually the only thing I think I've ever seen her in.
She was in Remember the Titans. That's the first movie I remember with her.
Yep.
So do you guys think there's gonna be a Scream 7?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. They set it up at least.
Mhm.
They let everybody fucking live. So.
and they gave him a nickname.
Yeah.
And they
The core four, like it's. Like, I mean,
and Sam dropped the mask at the end, so I think somebody's gonna pick it up.
Yeah, one of the ambulance drivers is gonna. Pick
I know.
And he-
It's like, you know what? I'm tired of you guys fucking like making us work so much.
And
Like,
he just happens to be related to fucking someone from the first movie.
Stu. Be
Yeah.
related to Stu.
Stu Mocker was actually my favorite. Matthew Lillard's character.
Yeah.
The first one. He was my favorite out of all the killers.
Dude, I would fucking love.
Oh,
He just had the
Matthew
face
Lillard.
for it though.
Well,
Like he had the persona, he had the
best
face.
Psychopath.
Yeah.
You know, Billy, I'm dying.
He also
over
plays.
here.
He also plays the best Shaggy.
Oh, that's fully agreed.
I know that's good, but
Yeah, Matthew Lillard's
Without a
great.
paddle.
Did you see? I haven't seen that, but did you see SLC Punk?
yeah.
You didn't like that?
Eh.
Dude, it's such a good movie.
I like him though. I think he's a really good
Okay.
actor. I think he's an underrated actor.
So would you rather watch? Would you rather watch the? What's more?
You should revisit.
What's more
SLC
corny?
Punk.
What's more corny? The Scream franchise, or the Fast and the Furious franchise?
Corny?
The Fast and the Furious.
Enrique's gonna be so mad if he hears you say
He
that.
can be big
Well,
mad.
doesn't-
He can be a little mad for all I care.
Don't they like go into space in the Fast and the Furious?
Do they?
They drive on the fucking ice. And a submarine comes through the ice. Like really?
I love the Fast and the Furious.
I do too. That's why but I love the Scream
You can
movies too.
love corny
I like
movies.
them. I like them both.
They're both
what's-
corny.
Oh no, they're like the Avengers now for sure. But
I think the Fast and the
Still
Furious.
cool.
I think Fast and the Furious is more corny though.
Mhm.
Like this isn't really corny. This is kind of like.
well,
It's
I
kinda
It's
corny,
like,
dude.
Think about it like this.
Kinda
Fast and
corny.
Furious, their line was using Shazam. That is corny.
that's how big it is.
No.
That it's
You could
it's
try justifying
crossing
it.
universes.
No. No.
And there are some corny lines at the end whenever they killed the killers, like "gotta shoot him in the head," and then
Yeah.
what does Jenna Ortega say whenever she kills Ethan?
Mhm.
Not
Nice.
die a virgin. Now you can die a virgin.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can die a virgin. I'm like,
She stabbed him in the throat though. I really like that.
Oh, and then he survived too and almost killed him. So
yeah, after getting stabbed,
Yeah.
like, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, like,
But I really like that they threw the TV in there because they did pan at the TV when they were going through all the flashback props and everything. I really liked it that they kind of just threw that back in there.
So
and
who
then
got
Hayden-
killed with the TV?
And then Hayden Panettiere was
somebody
like,
did, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that in a movie once.
I thought there was a lot more creative ways that they killed people in.
The old
Mhm.
ones.
Yeah. So Rose McGowan's character got killed like by the garage door. Like she's trying to
Yeah.
crawl out the doggy door,
Mhm.
and then Ghostface like pushes
Dude.
the garage
Mhm.
door up, and she.
All I can
Yeah.
remember
Smashed in,
is the
like-
fucking the scary movie parody of that, where the fat chick's trying to crawl through the doggy door.
Those are underrated movies too, man. I'm telling you.
Oh.
I didn't even know Rose McGowan was in the first Scream.
Yeah.
I again I watched it when I was a kid.
She's the slut, kind of. Not
She's
really
cool.
slut, but she's Stu.
She's one of the- yeah.
She's Stu Macher's girlfriend.
Okay, okay.
She's one of the love interests.
She dies.
I say that
she
loosely.
dies
She's
without
I
a-
say it
bad. Did you
loosely.
guys watch Planet Terror? Robert
that-
Rodriguez.
No.
No.
It's the one where she has a gun for a leg.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
I worked at the theater at the time whenever that movie came
How
out.
did you not watch
I
that?
didn't
The
watch it, no.
theater.
Because that wasn't that the double feature.
Mhm.
It was
Grindhouse.
Grindhouse
Yeah.
and Planet Terror.
It was Death Proof.
Death Proof.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I didn't see either one.
Okay.
But
So
I know they released them as single movies though.
Yeah. You could buy it as the double, or you could
Yeah.
buy them as individual movies. But yeah, Death Proof was good, but Planet Terror is like over the top, ridiculous, kind of like silly, cheesy. They like harkening back to like 70s and 80s horror. Yeah.
Yeah, and Quentin Tarantino had like an influence on it too, didn't he? Like,
He directed Death Proof.
did he?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I thought.
But yeah, I mean that's neither here nor there. We're going into a whole different
Yeah.
thing,
For
but
sure.
yeah.
You
But
guys, can,
those are good movies.
you guys can give your rating on that later.
Speaking of ratings, like where are we at?
Oh,
now?
yeah, we
Are-
should-
Are we
we should
good
do
to
that.
rate?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Because I've been mulling it over. in
Who wants
my
to
head.
start?
What do you guys do? A number system or a letter system?
We do this.
B C D F.
S is above A apparently.
Do you know this rating system?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you
They
do?
give-
Okay.
They give me shit about it. 'Cause I've never
I
seen it.
do because they used it on TikTok for Justin Bieber's
Whoa.
songs.
Brad's the only one who's never seen this rating system.
Bruh.
I'm also the only one that's never rated a movie in S so
All right.
far.
Here we go. What do you think, Julie? Where does it belong?
I think it belongs with B.
You can say plus
Okay.
or minus, but it's not going
It
to
won't really
affect
I was
the.
gonna say I think it's a B. I mean, I say because I liked Scream 5. I thought this one was good, but not great. Like if I had to give it a number rating, I'd say it's an 8 out of 10.
Wow, that's pretty high. I want to say that I'm gonna have to give it a B minus, but which is also gonna stay in the B. Though, you know what I mean? I feel just because I felt like out of all the Scream movies, this was in the top 3 for me. I like the story arc of it. Like the death scenes were not the greatest, but like I thought it was a pretty good movie. And I'm basing that off of like the previous 5.
Yeah.
Nothing. The Scream 1 is the best.
Mhm.
Scream 2 was pretty good, but this was like right up there with Scream 2 for me. Like as far as the story. And I'm being very generous with this rating also.
And this movie doesn't make them. It doesn't like force them to go back to the town. It just takes place in New York City.
There's some sort of like a weird like dark charm about Woodsboro. I was gonna say Greensboro.
Well, it's like more of a
Back to
small
North
town
Carolina.
Back to
vibe.
North
I was like, I know that's not it. Woodsboro, yeah.
So for me, I would probably put it at a B as well. Because I've been thinking about it the whole time too, and I'm like trying to think of like what I rated everything else and like compare it to that. And I rated Missing a B, and it's about the same like in terms of enjoyment level and like investability. Like while I'm watching it, it was basically the same thing. So for me, it's a B. Even without watching the other ones, I was still like invested. I was still like entertained. I still enjoyed watching it. I was still like waiting and wanting to see who the killer was. Like I was invested in the mystery, like I was with Missing. And yeah, it's gonna be a B for me.
So, I really feel like really bad about not putting Cocaine Bear in F now. Although I don't think it would have ended up there with your guys' ratings, but I put it at a D. I think this movie should be a D because I would not put it on the same level as Knock at the Cabin or Ant-Man. I'd put it below. But I mean, I would not put. I'd put it way above Cocaine Bear.
And so I agree with you, and I agree with you for sure. Like
Yeah.
that, I wouldn't put it above Ant-Man. But remember, I rated Ant-Man a B.
I know.
True.
Yeah.
And you can't do that either. We're rating it solely on like what you feel like this movie should be in.
I think it
after
should
you
be a
saw
D.
it. Okay.
I
so
mean,
rating-
and you're
It's still gonna be a
you're a
B.
neutral person.
Well,
which
based
is
on what I rated it
understandable.
earlier.
Yeah,
Based on what
you
I
can't
rated
give this
earlier
movie an
stuff.
F. I know you're not going to
No.
give it an F. So
No.
it's not
You
gonna
can't
drop
put
all
it
the way
at a
to
C because it's not
You
not
can't. I feel like a
bad.
C. If anybody rated this movie a C, I wouldn't be mad at that. I really wouldn't, because I was thinking C.
It's gonna end up at a B no matter what.
Yeah. Well, unless you rated an F, that might.
I'm not putting it in an F.
Okay, good. That's fair.
I
Cocaine
Yeah.
Bear shouldn't be an F either, because
think
I liked
think-
it enough for it to not be a complete F.
Do you want to
Dude.
watch Cocaine Shark?
Dude,
I do.
I don't know if we're gonna see any
dude,
Fs.
F movies. It's gonna. I just don't see like us watching
Yeah.
many F movies.
I
To
agree.
be honest
I
with
agree.
you.
It's gonna
Like,
have to be like, oh my god,
It's gonna
this
have
is
to be like-
when is this fucking movie going to end?
I mean, unless you watch the new Winnie and the Pooh slasher that's going to be coming out, that will probably be an
Yeah,
F.
it came out.
Yeah.
Blood and Honey. It came out
Yeah.
in January.
We
We
almost
were
watched
gonna
it.
see
Yeah,
it.
we almost
We were
watched
gonna
it
see
for a
it.
week.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Tony, you're delaying this so hard. Like,
there's moments in this movie where I was like, this is really dragging on. I was a little bit like, this movie's way longer than it needs to be. So I kind of felt that in this. I definitely felt that in Cocaine Bear. I feel like that movie could have been an F for me personally, but at the same time, I've seen way worse movies, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll give Scream 6. I don't know, dude. It's hard to put it at the same, because Knock at the Cabin was actually way fucking better than this. It should be at a B. I regret where it's at.
If there's one movie out of all of these movies that I could rate higher, it would be Knock at the Cabin.
Yeah. So I'll put Scream. I'll say C, and
Okay.
it just
So it's gonna stay at a B.
yeah,
Lock it in. Scream 6 is a B.
locked in.
Higher rating than I thought. I thought coming into this that it was gonna be a universal C, and it's a B.
I thought it was gonna probably end up at a C too,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, but yeah.
Julie kind of bumped it up a little, but I
I
give
said
it a B
B.
as well.
She
You gave it a
said
B also.
You guys all said B.
So yeah. I
Yeah.
said B minus. to be
That's a
fair.
B. That's a
I
B,
mean,
motherfucker.
If we really think like what could be in the S category, it's got to be Scream, the first Scream.
I wouldn't put
Well,
that.
we're breaking rules here. We can't do that.
We're just doing.
I'm-
Well,
I'm
I'm biased though,
2023.
so I'm only a one-time
It's gonna
person, so
take
it's all
a
good.
lot. There was 2 movies last year, okay, that could have been rated S for me, and that
Puss
was
in Boots
Bullet Train and Everything Everywhere All at Once.
and Puss in Boots
And
Everything Everywhere All at Once was
won,
amazing.
and it won
I would say,
Best
yeah.
Picture,
and,
right?
and Puss
Did
in
you guys
Boots.
see the? Did you guys see? What's his name? The guy who played Short Round.
Yeah, he won. And then
Did you see it?
I was
Did you
very
see
su-
his acceptance thing?
Yeah,
With
with
Kiwan?
Harrison Ford. Yeah,
Yeah, it was great.
I didn't watch.
that
I
was
didn't
cool.
watch the.
It made
Oscars,
me
but
tear. I didn't watch it either, but I watched the clips.
I saw that. Yeah.
Brendan Fraser was
You're welcome.
Amazing.
I picked the greatest performance of the year last year by an actor.
that
On
was
The Whale.
By luck.
No, not by luck.
no.
Who
I
picked
would have
Everywhere,
watched it
Everywhere,
just
All-
because that would
Everywhere?
have been his first movie in what
No,
20
no,
years.
I'm not saying
Oh, I
by
want to
luck.
mention. We need to talk more about this movie a little bit, but who won? Or who picked Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Honestly, I think it was me. But I think that was just because it fell on my week. But I think we all universally wanted to watch it.
Okay.
Jesus didn't see it though.
I wasn't
Yeah.
He
here.
wasn't there that week.
You should watch
You
it.
still need to watch it because you
It's
love
very
you
good.
like
No,
multi.
I won Oscars, so I'm not watching it.
That's
You watched The Whale already?
Yeah, because
And you watched
that
Top
was
Gun.
before
And
it
you
won.
watched-
And you
Oscars.
watched Top Gun.
And you watch Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
before it won Oscars.
Are you
You're-
against?
You're such a
Are you
hater.
against
Oscar?
watching movies?
Jesus, you would love this movie, bro. We all know you would. Because
mean,
you love,
I loved
you're a
it.
multiverse fan. Like you
Mhm.
would. You're doing
Am
yourself.
I? Am I though?
You're doing yourself a disservice
Am I a
not watching
multiverse
this
fan?
movie.
Are you a Spider-Man
And
fan?
you like anime?
I like Dragon Ball Z, first of all.
Okay.
I don't like
Just taking
anime.
your
I like
water.
Dragon
You're
Ball
just
Z.
being a hater if you don't want to watch
know.
this movie.
It doesn't even matter if you like any of that stuff. I think you would like. I think most people would like Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's a really good story. It's yeah.
It did great in the box office too.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah, I
just,
said it well. I said it
I'm
well
just,
before
I'm
I
just,
left.
I'm just not gonna like when I sit at home and I like decide to watch something. That's not what I'm like looking for.
I'm gonna watch it.
Alright.
I might.
Will you watch it with me?
tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
That didn't seem very solid.
No, it did
So-
not. That felt very shady.
I don't think you guys realize like something.
Oh, drop some knowledge on us.
You guys telling me how great a movie is, or an Academy telling me how great a movie is, isn't gonna tell me, like, it's not gonna make me think that movie's great or be like, oh, I need to watch that.
Literally, the only reason you're saying that though is because the Academy said it, not because we said it. Because the Academy said it, and you have a bias against the Academy.
I agree.
Puss in Boots should have won Best Animated.
To get nominated is a huge honor, though.
It is, but it should have won.
Did you?
No
Did
one
you?
gives a fuck about Pinocchio.
Honestly, dude.
I didn't see that.
Honestly, dude, the Oscars don't fucking matter.
They
to me
don't.
at all.
No.
They
I,
don't.
that does.
They
The,
don't.
No, they don't.
But
who wins those does not say
if a
anything
movie
about how
sweeps-
good of a.
If I just projectile spat on you, if a movie sweeps though, like that did last night, usually it's universally loved
Mhm.
by not just the Academy but by everybody.
Yeah, I'm sure I would have loved it if I watched it in theaters, but that time is neither here nor there. It's gone and it's dead and gone.
I mean, hey, you have yourself to blame. Man. Like I'm gonna watch it again this week because it was so good. I loved it. It'll make you cry too.
So will
Puss in Boots will not make you cry.
We saw 2 Asian
Can we-
people win
So,
Academy Awards.
Puss
It's
in
the
Boots.
first time that's ever happened for leading actress and a best supporting male.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's
There's a lot of movies that make me cry that I can just watch.
Okay, well, we did
Can-
Scream 6 tonight.
Can we go back to Scream 6 for a little bit?
Yeah.
First off,
Yeah.
there's a series on Netflix or something
Yeah.
a while back, and did that
Didn't watch it.
that's just not
I
connected
didn't
at all.
either.
Don't know.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think so.
I don't think it would be
There
correlated.
was,
didn't mention
there was a
it.
Scream series on
Apparently.
Netflix.
I don't think
on
it did very
something.
well. I'm pretty sure you're right about it being
A
on
lot of
Netflix.
people watched it.
Did
A lot
they?
of people I knew watched it. I don't know how well it did, but
I don't know if it's
Okay.
good or bad. I've never seen a review on it.
The other thing was at the end when right before she kills Bailey,
Detective Bailey.
Detective Bailey, she goes, "No matter what you think about me, I'm not a murderer," or something like that. And
Yeah.
I was just like laughing. I was like, "Dude, you already murdered 2 people." Like,
That was
I think it was more
self-defense.
self-defense in that point. But her admitting that she stabbed 22 times and that she liked it, I'm like,
Yeah. she
oh,
has
we
the-
are
Oh, that-
definitely going to see some
that
tendencies in
too.
the next movie.
That too, yeah.
She has
I was
a little
like,
bit of psychopath in her from
I was
Bailey.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but
that's what makes her.
But for
even
her
more
to say, "I'm not a
sexy."
murderer,"
She is her
I'm like,
father's
"Yes, you
daughter.
are." Like you
She looked
demonstrated
hot
that.
doing it. Come on.
It's fine. I don't. No one else laughed at that. I was like, that's supposed to be funny, right? I thought it was supposed to be
You know that
a joke.
mentality you have right now, where you're like, "Oh, she had some psycho in her. That's what makes her so sexy."
Yeah, those are red flags
That's
for sure.
exactly how you got your fucking shit dislocated right there.
It has nothing to do with it, but okay.
Yeah, who was the girl you were fucking with right before that happened?
Milky.
Are you?
What, he was doing this?
Yeah. Was her? You don't know how many times I've heard
No,
it
no,
in the
no,
last
no,
3
no,
weeks.
no,
So
no, no.
was
Who
it a
was
tight
it?
asshole?
No. Who was it? Who was it? I mean, you don't have to say her name or anything. But what characteristic does she have?
It was the soccer ball. I don't.
No. But right before that happened, who were you fucking with?
Oh. Yeah, she did a blood curse on me.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, you guys are talking about the
Satanist.
witch girl?
Yeah, I forgot her name. Actually, I'm scared to say her name.
Don't
No,
say it.
don't
Don't
say her
speak it
name.
in the universe.
She
What the hell is wrong
she
with
gave
you?
me a tarot card reading that night.
Oh my god.
Did
Did
she
you
say
like
your
bathe in
thumb
holy
will
water or
break?
something?
I feel like he who must not be named right now. No, it was Jesus brought it to my attention, but like my body started to fall apart after I hooked up with the witch.
Yeah, you let that brujera shit in.
She didn't identify as a witch. She literally said if I could pick one religion, it would be Satanist, but I don't identify as a Satanist. And I was like, okay. I knew right then and there that I was like, okay, you know.
Also, she did the tarot card reading, which is like, I don't know what witch means or anything.
I don't either.
But
I mean, I was
But-
interested in the
Brujera.
and the tarot card reading seemed legit though. Like I was like, yeah, but it's also there's a lot of vague stuff that
Yeah,
goes
yeah.
into that, and it's like it can apply to a lot of people. That's but I was like, yeah, I need to hear this shit right now. So
And then right after that, your Uber account got locked.
that was
out,
before.
and
That was
then-
before.
And then the thumb.
That was before. The thumb happened afterward. Yeah. Yeah. I got some stuff to think about to reevaluate my life, guys. I don't know.
I'm just gonna say that's not what it was. You got
Thanks, Tony.
you got her playing soccer. I mean, it's just,
Well,
how long ago was that?
You're
even?
just
That
it was
so
the same week.
You're just so athletic.
I hooked up with her on a Monday, and Thursday I dislocated my thumb.
so many days.
No, it's not.
If it was like the same day,
No, it's not.
it's still just a coincidence. Even if it was
No,
the same
it's-
day.
Yeah.
It's a slow burn.
Am I still cursed?
Hope not. Get some holy water.
Dude, you're cursed eternally. That's
No,
She
Sam.
texted me the next day, and she gaslit me because she made it seem like
she made you a voodoo doll.
she made it seem like I was gonna like ghost her. She asked me several times that night, like, excuse me.
She's cutting
you
off your
gonna-
oxygen.
Yeah, no, I'm
Damn,
she's closing-
Tommy.
She's closing my throat up.
Damn,
I just
Tommy Jr.
started
Who's
doing
Tommy?
this, like towards the end.
she's
Tell me.
choking the voodoo doll right now.
She can
Who's
just
Tommy?
listen to it.
Who's Tommy? Is that your boyfriend?
Who?
Tommy?
No.
Who's Tommy?
I don't know.
Yeah, and it's hot as fuck in this room. So that was a good podcast, everyone. Check us out on all the podcast platforms. If you're watching it on YouTube, leave us a comment. Tell us what you thought about the movie. And you guys got anything else to say?
__ La Flama Blanca __. Get at me.
At Jesus Cabral 33 on everything, but I won't add you on Snapchat.
All right, and I'm at 1990. Do you want to plug your stuff, or do you not care about
I
that?
probably should not.
Because you're a professional.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Peace out. We'll see you next week. What are we watching next week? Do we know?
I don't even know what's out. It's Haze.
No, hey,
It's Tom.
It's Tommy Boy.
I was
tonight.
gonna say you
Yeah.
picked tonight, didn't
Wait,
you?
who's Tommy Boy?
It's me.
We'll see if he's back. next week. I don't even know what's out.
Yeah, well, mystery pick next week.
Mystery pick next week, and if we can't find anything, we'll just watch Puss in Boots again and review it.
All right.
Oh
Sounds good.
Lord.
Peace out.
Bye.
Oh, opera.